What is up, YouTube family? We are back at it one more again, and we are talking about the Washington Commanders. You feel me? Yo, let me tell you something. It is amazing to be in DC, in the DMV. I live in Maryland, and to be seeing what's going on right now. At 6-2 and going into the Giants, at 6-2. I mean, if you think about this, it's what, 8 games, let's say. What do they got? 9 more games left. So basically, if they go 500, let's say they go 4-4, right? That's 10-6 with one more game to go. So let's say 11-6, 9-7. Let's 10-6, 9-7. No, that's not right. That would be 10-6, 11-6, 10-7. So 10-7 at the least would be probably their least at the least case scenario, 10-7, right? I'm pretty sure they're gonna win 4 more games. So all they got to do is win 4 more games, and they at least finish at 10-7. They should be able to beat the Giants tomorrow, right? So let's see how this thing goes. But I just wanted to go back and recap this amazing moment, because this was something that will go down in history for a long time. Like think about this. When is the last time you've seen something so iconic in Washington football? The only thing I can think of is Sean Taylor. That time I think somebody blocked the field goal. I was working that game at FedEx Field at the time. Somebody blocked the field goal. They was about to win the game. I think it was Dallas. I think it was the Dallas game. Somebody blocked the field goal, and he picked it up and ran it all the way back down. And I think they ended up kicking a field goal to win the game. You know what I'm saying? That was an amazing moment. But the thing about it that year, I can't remember the season, because they did go to the playoffs with Todd Collins one of them years. They went to the playoffs with Mark Brunell one of them years. And then, of course, they went to the playoffs with RG3. And I think they lost in the first round all 3 of those years. So it just wasn't the same feeling. It wasn't like a dominating season. Those were seasons where they had to win like the last 4 straight games to get into the playoffs, to get a wild card, something like that, right? They did win a division one year with Ron Rivera, but they won it with a losing record, right? I'm pretty sure. I think they lost it from first round once again. So there hasn't been many iconic moments in Washington football in recent memory. And what makes this one so amazing is that it's a whole new regime. Like it's a whole new vibe. Like I kept telling people, like, when you reverse the curse on the name, you remove the owner, you remove you get new jerseys and uniforms, you bring in new fresh ownership that knows what the hell they're doing. We didn't know if they really knew what they were doing, but you could tell by the other examples of the other franchises they own, even with Magic, who just won another World Series with another championship. You won the World Series with the Dodgers, right? Like, these people are successful people in other areas. So in sports, so you had to assume that they would probably get this thing right. Just didn't know it was going to be this fast. But then when you start seeing them making the moves that they made, like Dan Quinn and then the offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, Kingsbury, and then the crucial one was, making sure you got Jaden Daniels at number 2. They could have picked somebody else, but I was like, gotta get JD at number 2, and they did it. It's like, when have you seen them make the right moves like this? It's been so long. So once you see the totality of them making all the right moves, no controversy, no bullshit moves, they kept McLaurin. They've made some great moves. It's like, yo, when you start seeing this success, it really is not that surprising, but it is, because we haven't seen it in so long. But really, everything we're seeing is pretty much what we thought really could happen. We knew that there was a chance that they would be this good. We just had to see it for ourselves. But now it's starting to look like they can do something special. It doesn't look just like some fluke or some, lucky streak type of thing or some little momentum type of thing. No, this looks like they have a really well-rounded team, disciplined team. They know what their identity is. They things are just coming real easy for them right now. But I just wanted to go back into this moment and relive this moment with the people and document this, because this is history right here. This is something that could really mark the change of guard, or show the beginning of some supreme success in the future for the Commanders. You know what I'm saying? So let's watch this thing and relive it the proper way.
It's a 12-yard out cut that should take 3 seconds max. You might even be able to get up to 13 to 15, but it's 10-yard out. You can get to 12, round it, and get yourself into a possible chance for the Hail Mary. So get up here and run an out route right now. Throw it.
There it is, Tony. Right on your design. McLaurin out with 2 seconds.
Beautiful.
So that gives them a chance now, because they couldn't have reached the end zone from the throw before. Now, I might bring in Mariota because his ball doesn't.
That's why I love Tony Romo doing the commentating. He's so good now. I hated him as a player. I actually started feeling bad for him at the end, what I'm saying, of his career. But I'm glad he didn't win a championship with Dallas, because I hate them. But yeah, I'm loving his commentating skills. He shows you exactly, precisely what to look for, and a lot of times he predicts it before they even do it. So I'm loving the way that he's dissecting this whole thing. And I'll tell you another one. I like Troy Aikman too. I really hated him as a player, because they won 3 Super Bowls, right? But I respected him, and I respect what he does as a commentator. At first I didn't like him because he was so biased, but now, after 20 years of failures for actually 30 years of failures for Dallas, he don't hold back on Dallas no more. So he's he's less biased than before. So I like him too. But yeah, Tony Romo, he be letting you know exactly what to look for. That's dope.
Have quite the velocity he's had in the previous weeks because of the rib injury. So there's a chance I'd bring in a backup. But if he says he's okay, but you got to launch this.
Well,
I remember at this point, I was down in the dumps. I wanted to turn the damn thing off, but I looked at my wife and my daughter were sitting there in the living room, and they were just quiet, because they knew I was pissed. And I told my daughter, and my wife probably heard it too. I said, if anybody could do it, the young boy can do it. I was talking about JD. I said, the young boy, if anybody could do it, he could pull it off. But I didn't really believe he could really do it. You know what I'm saying? I remember I was just sitting there and down in the dumps like, damn, I can't believe they about to lose to a quarterback that wears fingernail polish on his nails during the game. Like, are you fucking kidding me? You know what I'm saying? And he's a Maryland dude. He's from here. Right? But I'm sorry. I'm like, nah, I can't rock with this dude. I don't think he's better than JD. I think he's gonna come out of the closet eventually. But And I'm like, the Washington, I don't have no problem with that, but he's gonna be the first gay dude to ever come out as a quarterback, and Washington don't need that shit right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, Washington has had enough controversies and enough scandals and things going on. It's like, come on, this is a new regime. Got to move past that. So I was against him being here, from day one. I wanted somebody who was just regular, who was a nice, humble kid, who just had a good upbringing and just was even keeled, believed in the Lord or whatever. He was a man of faith, and I ain't the most religious, but I want my QB to have that leader to have that faith that he could get anything done, right? And this was it right here. This was proof of it right here.
Has thrown up a deep ball twice today, both times to McLaurin, and one time it worked. So here you go.
He's gotten hit throughout the rest of the game, and it's hurting more now.
Comes down to one last play, and it's going to be getting longer by the second. You're all the way back at the 30-yard line. Now you can step into it. Here comes the Hail Mary with the game on the line, and the ball is caught! Caught! It's a miracle! It's Noah Brown! Oh my goodness!
Oh shit!
This town is going crazy!
Wow! Look at the Bears!
He did it!
Oh my God. Oh my God, man. That is so sweet. I just can't get enough of it. I just can't get enough of it. What's so crazy is I got a lot of Bears fans in my family. A lot of my family's from Chicago, and I just be telling them all the time, like, yo, it's pointless to pull for the Bears. So now they hate me because they like, yo, Washington ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, but it's coming though. It's coming, like, and it's so crazy that these other franchises have been bad for so long that they let the Commanders catch up and then surpass them and have a real bright future. Now, I think the Bears are going to have a future down the road. I think Caleb will be good. I know he will be good. It might just take him a little longer, but I'm not sure if the rest of the team is going to be good, because now after this game, you could basically see that their coaching, the coach is incompetent. He made so many mistakes right there. He let them get that extra 15 yards. Like, man, he made a lot of mistakes. His team, dude was down there heckling the fans and was the one to end up tipping it up to the other guy. Like, come on, man. This falls on you. You're the leader. You're the coach. That's on you. You know what I'm saying? And they gonna end up imploding. I think eventually they gonna end up having to fire that coach and rebuild again, which is gonna set Caleb back again, because he probably gonna have to find new coordinators and things like that. So it might be a while before the Bears get really good. The Commanders are good right now. They good right now in the first year with Jaden. So they're going to get better. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's picking Washington to win the Super Bowl right now. I mean, they look like they're going to be in the mix, but nobody's realistically picking them to go to the Super Bowl and win it. I mean, they have, after this right here, they could do some crazy shit, but I think we all know the cream of the crop in the NFC is Detroit. Now, Washington could definitely upset them, but the thing with Jaden is he just gives you that hope. He just looks like a winner, you know what I'm saying? And he's only going to get better, and they're only going to get better players. As a matter of fact, I saw a thing online that said that people are requesting to get traded to the Commanders before the trade deadline. Like, who the fuck would have ever thought that would be possible? To where people are saying, please send me to DC. Please let me go play with Jaden. Please let me go play with Coach Quinn. Like, this shit is infectious. Like, what they have is already showing the league that they got something special. And when you got something special like that, magical things happen and special people want to come play, and then you start having the pick of the litter. You start having people play at a top level all the time. Like, this is just changing the culture. They are changing DC culture now. Now they are going to be out there expecting to win. You know, it's going to be a disappointment if they lose, like a real disappointment. Like, if they go out there and lose to the Giants, yeah, it's going to be very disappointing, right? Even though it's on the road and you can't sleep on them, man, come on. The way that they're riding this wave, as good as they look, they need to go in there and handle business. You shouldn't be losing on the road to the Giants no more. You know what I'm saying? You should be coming home at 7-2, looking real pretty. And then you start buckling down, getting ready for these division games, because that's where the true test is going to come. But if they could just split with the other guys, they're going to be sitting real pretty. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be looking at 10-6. They're going to be looking at 11. And I would say they probably looking at 11-6. 11-6, maybe 12-5. They might not lose. They might only lose 3 more games the rest of the year. But let's say they lose 4. You know what I'm saying? That'd be, 13-6? No, that ain't right. There'll be 11-6. 17 games. Yeah, 11-6. That's probably what it's going to be. But yeah, man, this was an amazing moment. Yo, I jumped up and screamed because I had just said the young boy could do this. I said, if anybody could do it, the young boy could do it. And then to see him do it, oh my God, I started going crazy. Look, somebody spelled miracle wrong. They done fucked the whole video up by spelling miracle wrong. Like, how dumb can miracle? God damn. People always fucking up the titles and shit of the videos. You better not try to copyright me on this video because you spelled the motherfucker wrong. Yeah, let's get into this.
This one will be paid back over and over again for decades. The ball tipped by Stevenson. Noah Brown just standing back there all alone. Plucks it out of the air for the victory.
I know this sounds crazy, but there's a method to the madness here. Everyone usually goes and jumps.
Yo, I still just can't believe that dumbass, I don't even know his name. I think his name was Stevenson or something. He was back there taunting the fans, and then the Bears fans are telling him, dumbass, turn around. Here come the people. And then he runs over there late, and he's the one that was supposed to be on Noah Brown in the back. And his dumbass jumps up, and he's the very one that taps the damn ball to Noah Brown. How much of an idiot can you be? I mean, could you imagine being him right now or all week? How do you go to sleep knowing that you're the mock of the league? They're showing this shit all over the world. Like, people in the Philippines are watching this shit. They're clowning this dude. I got Filipinos sending me this shit talking about, yo, you see this dumbass? This is why intelligence is so important. Intelligence is so important. Yeah, but, you know, you got to be happy for players like, Terry McLaurin, Scary Terry, because Terry could have been up out of here, yo. He been through how many quarterbacks, right? And he stayed here. I mean, he had Heineke throwing to him, man. You know, Heineke was doing his best, but it was like, yo, come on, man. he could have easily bounced like, yo, I'm out of here. But he stayed true, man. And I just always knew he was a real one from day one. You could listen to how he talks and tell he's a real one. And I'm just so thankful that he decided to stay, man. And I'm so happy that now he's getting rewarded for staying because he deserves it, yo. He's basically the best player on the team. He's been the best player for how many years, right? And all he needs is a little help. Like if they get another big time receiver in there to take the pressure off of him, man, he gonna rip the league to shreds, right? Hopefully they'll do well, I don't know if they want to mess up the continuity. They might just pick up some little pieces, defense, offense type pieces. But I don't know if they're gonna bring a big time receiver in to try to learn the playbook this late in the season. I think they'll just try to wait into the off season and get somebody big, like a big draft pick or a big free agent in the off season. They just gonna ride with what they got because it's early. It's Jaden's first year. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, ain't nobody expecting them to go to the to go to the Super Bowl, win the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? If they could at least get one playoff win, that's their bar right now. Everybody pretty much know they going to the playoffs. They need to win that first playoff game. And that second one, that's the one. If the buck stops there, then so be it. You got next year to get better. It's steps, it's levels to this shit, right? If they get the second game, if they end up going to NFC Championship, even better, right? If they make it to the Super Bowl, shit. Well, at that point, the thing is, if you make it to the Super Bowl, you got to win that motherfucker because you definitely don't want to be the team that's going to lose it, right? But the Washington's so young that even if they lost the Super Bowl, they be good. They bounce back. Jaden gonna be there for a minute, so that's one thing we do know.
The ball, you always put one guy behind and try and put one in front and have two or three go jump for it. And Daniels extending this play and the time allowed everyone to get down there in position to go toward the ball and be in their spot. And what a game, Jim.
There are no words.
You're supposed to try and tip it behind you. See the guy in front and the one behind.
In the end, off the tip, it's the easiest Hail Mary catch you'll ever see.
It's not easy to come down with it, but that was pretty easy to come down with it. And look at Dan Quinn. And the legend grows for Jaden Daniels.
Dan Quinn looking for people to hug, and we go down to Tracy.
I mean, look at Jaden right now. He's so cool, calm, and collected. How are you right now? Can you describe that final play?
Nothing but God, man. Nothing but God. Without him, I didn't even think I'd be playing this week. But, man, all glory to God.
You talked about not knowing whether you'd be able to play. How difficult was it for you out here having to play through that rib injury?
A lot of long hours, long days. But I put myself in the position to go out here. But, man, like I said, nothing but God, man.
Well, it looked like your rib was okay with that final pass. But what is it about this Commanders team?
We keep fighting, man. We keep fighting. We got a great locker room, great brotherhood. Man, nobody else I'd rather go to war with.
That's a memorable one that we'll remember for a long time. Congrats.
Appreciate you.
Well, Tracy was talking about Caleb Williams.
Yeah, man, that's a beautiful thing, man. This it's been a long time coming for the Commanders. You feel me? They deserve all of this, and for Dallas to be imploding the way that they're imploding, Giants ain't shit. It's basically between Eagles and Washington, and to see him go up against Philly, that's gonna be the one right there. That's gonna be the new blood. Like, it's gonna be so fun to see Washington finally in the mix, battling for top supremacy of the NFC and the NFC East, going against, like, seeing those jerseys, seeing that helmet, like that black on yellow, like that shit look better than the Steelers joint easily. Right, that's some of they got some of the dopest uniforms in the whole league, for real, for real. Them helmets, that black shit, they killing it. They looking real good. It's gonna be such a amazing thing to see them doing their thing in meaningful games for the rest of the regular season, and going into the playoffs and seeing how far they could go. But this is going to be that moment that propels them for years to come. This could spark something amazing, and turn into, I ain't going to say a dynasty type of thing, but definitely changing the culture and adding, some success and winning around here. We've been needing it for so long. And it's so good to talk to the people and see all these Washington fans that's been loyal for so many years. I stopped rocking with Washington because I just couldn't get, my family's part Native American, so we were boycotting the team until they changed the name. And then even after the name change, we was boycotting Dan Snyder. So to see both of those things change and transpire, man, and to be at this moment right now where they heading into a week where they could be 7-2, man, it's a wonderful thing, man. So we basking in the glory, and we gonna take a snapshot of this moment. I wanted to do this video just so I could always come back to it from years and years from now and relive it and say, yo, that was the moment that started everything right here. You know what I'm saying? So on that note, we gonna get out of here. But this was history right here, and we witnessed it. We witnessed it together, and big things are coming. I just feel it. I know it. Mark my words. Commanders are in full effect, and the rest of the league better be shitting in their pants, because it's about to be popping. Until next time, I holler at y'all. 100.